What if your first solo D&D adventure didn't need a DM at all? What if all you needed to bring was yourself, your imagination, and a character with nothing left to lose? Get on, Dungeon Gamers. My name's Ricardo, and I just dived into my first ever solo D&D experience. No DM, no party, just myself, the book from Obvious Mimic, and a wizard with nothing left to lose. So I have been playing D&D since the 2014 starter kit dropped, but in that time, I've mainly just been a DM. I was setting up to start DMing for a new group of people recently, and I realized that it's been over 3 years since I've rolled up a character for myself to play. I'd seen solo D&D modules before, but not really been particularly interested as I was getting plenty of games. But now it's been about long enough that I would like to play a character. So I knew about Obvious Mimic already. I jumped onto their website, hit pre-order as soon as I saw the Mysteries of Witchhaven. It did arrive slightly late, but now I am a member on the Discord and stuff like that. It seems like a very active and helpful community, so if I have any further questions, I think that's the place to immediately go to. Now I have the book and I have the want to play, but I need a character. Opening up the introduction of the module, it doesn't really give you a large amount of backstory or anything like that, like a big prompt in which to build your character around. It's more just about drag and drop. It just says any tier 1 level 3 to 4 character should be good to go and just drop in there. So usually I'm a big proponent of session 0. So this kind of direction was maybe a little bit too broad for my mind. So I decided to focus on the fact that it was a mystery and make a character that would be interested in solving a mystery. I haven't played wizards a lot before, but I've been developing a entire subclass for wizards recently, which is kind of starting to become its own full class. So I was motivated to play wizard, so let's give that a go. Let me please introduce to you Deputy Inspector Antonio Spector.
Antonio Spector grew up a curious and light-hearted child with a love for stories, not telling them, but hearing them. He wasn't the most creative mind, but he was relentless in his learning. If something caught his interest, he'd obsess over it, study it from every angle, and absorb everything he could. Thanks to his dedication, Antonio earned scholarships and secured a spot at one of Caldana's top wizarding academies, not to become a powerful mage, but for the love of learning. While there, 2 things changed his life forever. First, he awakened Scribbles, his enchanted notebook, which would become his arcane focus, spellbook, and lifelong companion. Second, he met Marie, a halfling diviner with a sharp mind and a deep affection for Antonio's wonder-struck view of the world. She fell for his bright spirit, his relentless note-taking, and his need to understand everything. After graduation, using a modest loan they took out together, Antonio and Marie married and started a publishing business in central Caldana. They had twin daughters, Evelyn and Isabella, both as bookish and inquisitive as their father. While Antonio's fascinations were broad, the girls narrowed theirs to crime, especially unsolved ones. Growing up in the most urbanized region of Urava, twins had no shortage of mysteries to study. One case in particular gripped them: the killer who left victims with a thin, deep chest wound with no trace of a weapon or magic. Authorities claimed the killings were random. Evelyn and Isabella didn't believe that. They had their own theory and tracked it to a specific shop they believed the killer had visited. This time, the girls asked Marie to take them to the market. While there, they slipped away to investigate the shop in question. Noticing they were gone, Marie searched frantically, and a merchant eventually claimed to have seen them and offered to help her. None of them, Evelyn, Isabella, or Marie, were seen again. Antonio launched his own investigation. He believed he found the shopkeeper involved, even the killer, but he was a civilian, a publisher. The police wouldn't act on his suspicions. Too little evidence. Desperate and grieving, Antonio made plans to take justice into his own hands. He was on his way to confront the suspect, but an old friend of his and Marie's from school, Miranda, intercepted him. She'd heard the news and come immediately. Miranda convinced him to stop, find a better way, one with support, structure, and a chance at real justice. After a year in isolation, Antonio shut down his business and applied to the Caldana Police Department. Thanks to his academic record and magical aptitude, he bypassed the usual guard training and duties, being accepted straight into the police force. 4 years have passed. Antonio has risen to Deputy Inspector and hasn't smiled for a second in that time. The suspects he once chased have long since disappeared from central Caldana. He hasn't taken a promotion since reaching the rank of Deputy Inspector, preferring to stay in the field, working cases, bending the system where he can to further his own search. He's a valuable asset to the force. He can unravel a mystery from a handful of facts, but he doesn't care about prestige or approval. He's saving money, waiting, planning. He believes his family was trafficked to Hilaria, and no matter how much time has passed, he hasn't given up on bringing them home.
So let's play some D&D. I don't want to spoil anything for you. I definitely don't want to spoil any major story beats. I'm going to cut to the gameplay now,
and then afterwards I'm going to give you my thoughts on the whole thing. Ooh, okay, Dungeon Gamers, we're here. It's finally time to give my first solo D&D play a try, and I'm really nervous. I don't know why. I've got all my stuff. I've got the module, I've got my character sheet, I've got my DM screen just to help me out, I've got my clickety-clacks, I've got my drinks, got my snacks. I don't have any friends to play with though, and it feels weird. I'm used to getting pre-game like jitters before DMing a session, playing a session with people I know or like new people. But this feels a little bit different, so I'm gonna take a second, get into it, see if I can channel my inner Deputy Inspector Spectre, and let's do a chapter 1. There hasn't been a town or village for days, and each time night has fallen, a heavy fog has followed the darkness to hang among the trees and dells. You march to the top of the tallest hill to check on your surroundings and scout a safe place to set up camp. The sun sets behind distant mountains while you admire all of nature's beauty and recover your breath. The oranges, yellows, and pinks in the sky blend with the twilight's intense purples and reds until, eventually, all colors fade with the approaching darkness of the night. The clearing, except the vague shadows of tree trunks and hillocks rolling in and out of view. Words. Okay. Roll a wisdom or perception check. If you get 10 or higher, go to page 37. If you get less than 10, go to page 23. First of all, I want to know, why am I here? Why would Inspector Spectre be traveling? Has he finally done it? Has he left Caldana? Hey, I think I've left Caldana. Is that the voice I'm going for? Don't think that's a very good voice. Bafanguli. Deputy Inspector Spectre, how can I help you? Maybe we'll see how long that lasts for. Maybe I finally made it out of Caldana. I'm trying to follow up to get to Hilaria, and I'm stopping along the way. Let's go for it. All right. First, check. Wisdom. Perception. Pretty good at that, I think. No, I'm not. +3. That's fine. All right. We got a 9. We're going to page 37. Betraying the frantic rhythm of her steps as she bolts deeper into the darkened forest. Partially hidden by the trailing fog, you spot something else moving behind her. A towering silhouette crowned with gnarled antlers. Though the details are hazy, the mere glimpse of that shape sends an unmistakable surge of dread coursing through you. Each of its steps unnervingly smooth and measured compared to her panicked flight. You blink, straining to see through the shifting shadows, but the fog quickly swallows both hunter and hunted. It fixes an empty-eyed stare at you, as though weighing your worth. From the shifting shadows, twisted antlers lowered and skeletal limbs outstretched, intent on rending flesh from bone. We have to fight. Go to page 25. Alright, we're in it. We're in our first combat. I'm gonna die. I've got an armor class of 10 and 14 hit points. Initiative +1, my initiative is +0, so I'm going to be the black die. My opponent is Bogey, large Fae. Okay, so I rolled a 2, they rolled a natural 1, so I guess I go first. I don't know how to punish them for rolling a natural 1. Normally it would be, I don't know, it feels like cheating to penalize them against myself, so I'm just going to run it as if I'm going first like normal. I've literally gotten... okay. Alright, DC 12. So I just need to roll a 10 on the die. That's cocked as fuck. Which I'm glad, because it jumped over onto my other dice and it would have been a nat 1. 11 plus... Alright, we're good. We're good. We make that one, but we lose 1 point of charisma. Lame. Alright. I need to roll. Oh shit, I need to roll an 11 or higher. That's immediately made it noticeably harder. 12. We did it. Alright. So we still lose a point of charisma, so we got +0 on charisma now as well. Fuck. Alright. Vine Claw. Nat 20. Fuck! So that's a 4. So that's 8 + 2. That's 10. And 1d4 necrotic. Come on, little sharp. Dangerous d4s, right? 3. Amazing! That's amazing. That's 13 damage. That's left me on 1 hit. Me and the monster are now even for HP. Fuck! I need to hit it! What do we do now? What do we do? What can we do? What would be a good idea? Come on, Firebolt. We got this 1 to hit. If they hit me again, they're definitely killing me. I guarantee it. 18. Let's go. That's 23 to hit. We're guaranteed to kill him this time. Let's just see how much damage it is for the lols. We roll a 3, so having taken that disgusting wound from the bogey, feeling a lot less charismatic as well, and immediately put on the brink of death. Inspector Spectre reaches into his pocket, pulls out a healing potion while down on the floor, gulps it down, and with that resurgence of energy, lets out his last hope of a fireball. I reduce the creature to 0 HP. Go to page 1. She scolds them for being on the streets.
Not the day or the hour to be out on the streets, piglets. Back in the house. You shouldn't be out when the moon is visible during the day.
This is an old English town, by the way. Doesn't even have to be old, that's what motherfuckers sound like for real. Hang on. What number was I just meant to go to? Fuck! Oh, I've ruined everything. I've ruined everything. What page was I on? Alright, I need to find picture of Irene. There we are. And 21. There we are, easy. Alright, 21. It's the tattooist. Hokkai, man. Alright, sorry. First snack break. This is cool so far. I'm enjoying it. Just so much more reading and wordiness that I'd normally have to do before something happens. I mean, we've had a combat, I guess. Not, I don't know, I just want to hear what the fuck's going on. I think I'm probably going to hear about that now that I'm speaking to Jakob, but snacks. We're starting off on a hot and sweet. I think this is a serious issue. If you're reading this book out loud, the snack breaks, you won't get any. If you're reading in your head, you're fine. If you're doing it out loud, 0 snack breaks. At least during an actual game, more people. Even if you're DMing, you can snack on the go, but like legit snack breaks needed for this style of gameplay. We're back and stronger than ever. Sorry. Ugh. Double sorry. The hem of his tunic brushes the cobblestones. In his gloved hands, he holds a small charm. I'm going to pause here and go have some lunch. I like that I've set that up as if like I'm entering back into the frame. I've been here setting up the lights and everything else beforehand. It's been a week. It's been a whole week, literally to the day, pretty much to the hour, almost to the minute, since I last got to play some solo D&D. We've been pretty busy. Ran like 3 sessions that I had to prep for right after I did my last session on this. What I didn't realize is when I was playing last time, I was playing for about 3 hours. But I feel like I haven't gotten very far, and I think that's because the whole time I was trying to take you guys through the story with me and read everything as I went and stuff like that. I don't think I'm going to do that this time. I'm going to maybe stop for what feels like some key moments, but I want to try and blast through this story. And I want to round this up for you guys and my experience, and I'm already keen to try some different types of solo D&D that I've heard about, so let's smash this out. I'm on page 63 at, I guess, what do we call it? Chapter? Prompt, maybe? 135. If I remember correctly, I had just failed a wisdom saving throw. So let's get into it. The min-max only tells me to always go for the stealth, the option. But I'm an officer of the law. Freeze, dirtbag! Alright, we're chasing after. You can chase into the pines. You noisily through the underbrush and losing sight of Bram and the search party, but emerging into an enclosed space of green gloom, with a small patch of sunlight at the center illuminating a hunched figure of a small boy. As you approach, he looks up at you. The small face is streaked with tears and his eyes are wide.
I'm sorry, but I'm too tired.
The boy apologizes.
I can't hold it any longer.
His shaking hands burst open, and the stuffed bear bounds towards you, swelling as it approaches. An eerie, multi-voiced laugh emanates from its woven mouth, and its face splits into a fanged maw. Claws sprout from its patched paws, and it leaps at you with a malevolent snarl. Get out of this, so a DC 12 again. I think I can give myself any cheese, but it's only a bonus action. Natural fucking 20. We will do one of these. So I'm going to say that I'm no longer either of those things, grappled or blinded. I'm up, and let's just say I've put like maybe 5 foot of distance as I've ripped him. That seems fair for a natural 20, right? To do exactly the mechanic it's meant to do. Do I get an advantage? I think I get an advantage. I'm going to take it. I'm going to fucking take it, because I'm hanging on by a thread here. So I'm going to give myself 1 heroic advantage for when I definitely need it imminently. Alright, bonus action gone. Do breath weapon. while we still got it, or do we just straight up go to Fireball, which seems to be the one doing the damage here? I'm going to Breath Weapon because it's cooler. Alright. They need to make a saving throw now. They do not make it with a 5 on the die. Let's go. Alright. 3d6. Come on. 6s. 6s. 5 and a 1. So I guess, yeah, that's a 6. Come on, 6 on this die. At least a 5 unless it's not worth it. A 5. Alright, so 11. We did slightly more than our max for Fireball. 51. They're on 51, so I'm looking real fucking rough right now. Like Deputy Inspector Antonio Spector has seen better days. His face is bloodied. He's been scratched up. He's been clawed. He's been bitten. He was suffocating. He ripped this bear off his face, threw it to the floor, breathed this icy breath at it. Kind of would have been cool if he just. That's how his breath weapon actually works. That's how I'm saying his breath weapon works from now on. He lights one of his cigarettes, takes like a big inhale, and breath weapons out from it. That's cool. That's a cool mechanic. I'm gonna use that for another character. Did I already do that? I think I already did that with Rourke, a turtle druid I made. Damn. Alright, so yeah, smothered fireball. It's down to 19 HP, but it's its turn. Oh god. It needs to miss these or I am so dead. Because even if it rolls minimum on both, I'm dead. Alright. He goes to bite me again. He hits a nat 20. He hits a nat 20! I'm dead. I'm just dead. There is nothing that stops me from dying here. Shit! Silvery barbs. Will that do it? Okay. The silvery barbs in. We are silvery barbs in. It's my one reaction. Shit! Still hits with the 10. It still hits with the 10, but if it rolls minimum damage, I might survive. D6. Shit! Rolled a 6, I'm dead. Alright. So this fucks me up. Go to page 123. You feel teeth and claws tear through you as the stuffed bear continues its insane laughter. Growing distance, you hear Andre begging his bear to stop. The layers of mirth seem to wash all that away. Under the weight of your injuries, you slump to the ground. Your last thought is to wonder what the bear could be laughing at. What was the joke? Now you'll never know. You died. Well, shit. I'm just dead. Damn. Kind of thought that might happen, to be honest. I don't think I built nearly a beefy enough character for this little module here. I think I might roll up another dude to try and take it down. I've got a couple characters now that I haven't tried out yet in a real game because I still haven't played anything since just doing the solo D&D stuff. But I don't know. I like that I can die. I like that it's just no cheese. You dead.
I had fun playing. I had a lot of fun playing. The descriptions were super vivid. The gameplay actually flowed really, really well from like page to page and prompt to prompt. The only time it really dragged for me was when I wanted to roleplay something, there was no one to like bounce off of. I think it helped having the camera there and it felt like I was kind of communicating with you. But I think if I were to go through this again on my own, I might limit a lot of my like role playing and stuff to just some crazy voices inside my own head. I can imagine it being a little bit awkward for people just bursting out of these voices if they're on their own, kind of just like self role playing. But if that doesn't bother you at all, then like you will absolutely love this. So again, I think it only really slowed down for me because I was reading everything out loud for the sake of recording it. But if I was just like firing through it a little bit quicker and only maybe like acting out a few moments with some dialogue, I think it would go much quicker and I'd probably be able to burn through the module a lot faster than I was at the moment. Other than that, things I really liked were the fact that combat felt super, super, super deadly and brutal, especially with my squishy little wizard. The only thing I would say about it is it felt a little bit Rock'em Sock'em Robot style because, and again, this is probably just me first time solo D&D and how I was kind of role-playing it, but it was pretty much just, I cast my spell, the monster does what it needs to do. I cast my spell, the monster does what it needs to do. Obvious Mimic have released free battle maps and character icons
for you to use, so you could whack it onto a VTT or print them out, and you could probably make the gameplay a lot more dynamic and kind of exciting. Whereas for me, the excitement really came from the fact that, oh my god, if I take even a single hit here, I'm probably going to be dead.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I do genuinely want to try and get to the end of this module though. I am interested in solving this mystery and again running some playable characters through to the end. If you have any suggestions on something I should run instead of a very squishy, very weak and frail old wizard, please let me know down in the comments. I also want to know about your experience with this adventure and any other obvious Mimic ones you've tried before. I've looked a bunch at their other stuff and they look really, really cool. So after I manage to make it through the mysteries of Witchhaven, I'm sure to pick up another one to try it out. So yeah, this is my first solo D&D experience. I'm honestly not sure if this is something I'm pining to do loads and loads of more of. I really enjoy just doing my regular D&D session prep. That's kind of like solo D&D for me. But I am aware there are loads of different ways to play solo D&D. So if you have any suggestions of what I should try out, please let me know in the comments and I'll catch you in the next one, Dungeon Gamers. Peace!